It was a milestone for my personal learning network, PLN. Back in 1999, I had no idea what a PLN was all about, that it would be a buzzword in a Web 2.0 future world, the one we're living in. Today I'm both proud and grateful to be seeing many of my PLN fellow trainers and trainees who have crossed paths with me. Lots of synergy has been exchanged over the years. Big lessons have been mutually taught along the way. If elected member at large, I'd like to see NileTESOL develop in the following areas. 1. Bridging the gap between the global TESOL community and the Egyptian one. Dozens of teachers have no idea what it's like to attend, let alone present at a conference or a PD event. Number 2, training teachers to create their own cost-effective PLNs if they are bound in space and time, by connecting to the global TESOL community through the information superhighway. If I'm elected to represent the general membership in capacity, or in this capacity on the board, I pledge to create a unique model for professional development. It should hopefully break the mold and help thriving ELT practitioners in Egypt maintain ongoing professional ties with TESOL, stakeholders, and around the globe. This is my humble mission and dream that I wish to fulfill by being a member at large at NileTESOL. Thank you for listening.
Okay, good afternoon everybody. My name is Maha Hamid, and I'm nominated for the Member at Large Chair. Well, this nomination is supported by 25 years of experience in teaching. I taught in different educational institutions, private and public schools, private and public universities. I taught school children, I taught university students, postgraduates, adults. I was part-time and a freelance teacher. Therefore, I not only have sound knowledge of different curricula and learners' needs, but I also work closely with many teachers with varied backgrounds. Something else I would like to tell you about is that I had the chance to work with the Regional English Language Office in the American Embassy in Cairo. Actually, having this job gave me a golden opportunity to work closely and to network with teachers and teacher supervisors from different parts in Egypt, from Asyut to Alexandria, from Banha to Cairo. So this opportunity further deepened my understanding and my awareness of the actual needs of my colleagues, the teachers of English language, and the needs of the English language teaching community in Egypt. Now, my nomination is further motivated by my sincere willingness to share my experience, my expertise, both professional and academic. I graduated from a governmental school and later on from a governmental university. Thanks to my parents, thanks to my supervisors and my mentors, I was able to do it. I got my master's degree. First of all, I graduated from Faculty of Al Shams University English Department, and then I got my master's degree from the American University in Cairo. That was something like 15 years later, and then 10 years later I got my PhD from the University of Hilwan. I managed to achieve all this, as I said, with the support of my supervisors and mentors. So I understand a teacher's aspirations for self-development. I can understand the teacher's need for support and guidance. If I win the chair of Member at Large, I will work together with my colleagues at the NileTESOL board to design outreach programs for our teachers in remote governorates, in remote areas. I would like to work on designing programs that really address the critical needs or the critical issues in English language teaching, such as handling big classes, for example, or making the best of our limited resources. Therefore, if I'm elected, I pledge that I will maximize the use of my professional and academic experience in order to enhance the language teaching profession in Egypt. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Lisa?
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Say your name.
So, good afternoon, everyone. It's a great honor to be here to be nominated and also to be nominated side by side with such great candidates running for the same position. My name is Maisa Hashad and I'm a teaching assistant at the Department of English Language and Literature, Faculty of Arts, Mufia University, and of course it's a governmental university. I have been a member of NileTESOL since 2010, and when I attended my first NileTESOL convention and got captured by the mission of this huge association toward the benefit of ESL and ELT in Egypt, and all the effort exerted to create the community for the promising English language teachers all over Egypt. The membership in NileTESOL has been helpful and fruitful to me because as a young teacher who has recently started her career or teaching career and who has an ambition that no room can contain, I can say that NileTESOL has always been there for me, motivating me, inspiring me, and also sponsoring me. Of course, with its array of the BD events and courses, grants and scholarships. I remember one time when I was invited by a friend of mine to attend a NileTESOL convention, and of course I saw all these wonderful presentations and the sessions. I thought to myself, what are my odds to be in the same position one day and do the same? And of course, not only I'm here, standing here in front of you today to ask you to elect me or to vote for me, but also I'm asking you to help me to help you and others of those who have the passion for learning and teaching English and have got what I like to call the syndrome of NileTESOL of wanting more. If I elected as a member at large, I would like to see NileTESOL reach all the fellow ESL teachers all over Egypt and widen the range of the BD events to include new places and the governorates all over Egypt. Develop a new committee or a division to provide the same opportunities, courses, grants, and scholarships to the undergraduate students who are planning to become teachers or ESL teachers, and help preparing them to become professional teachers and to join the NileTESOL community. If I'm elected to represent the general membership as a member at large on the board, I pledge to serve as a medium between each one of you and the board of directors, reflecting all your concerns, ideas, suggestions, and to make sure all your voices will be heard fully. Simply because one day I have been there among you. Thank you very much, and also I want to congratulate in advance all the Dr. Mariam Osman and also the President-elect and the upcoming member at large. Thank you.
Thank you, Maisa. Umayman.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Umayma Ayoub. I was told to prepare a very brief presentation for 1 minute, so I'm going to improvise here. I'm teaching English at the Higher Technological Institute in 10th of Ramadan City for 2 years. And let me go back 15 years to give you a very brief idea about who I am, where I came from. In 2000, I graduated from Zagazig University. I was a top student. I got appointed there as teaching assistant. And then I was lucky enough, me and my family, to travel to the US in 2001. Over there, I got 2 master's degrees in English composition and linguistics. Linguistics has been my greatest passion, and teaching English to speakers of other languages has been my chosen career for over 10 years now. I got the privilege of teaching English to adult educators, children and university students, natives and non-natives in America and here in Egypt. So far, for the last 2 years upon my return back from the States, I was lucky to interact with an underserved student population at the Higher Technological Institute, where I've seen firsthand the major problems we are handling here in Egypt. As TESOL professionals, we have a huge challenge in front of us in the next years. I joined TESOL last year when I heard about it for the first time upon my return back from the States. It was a great news for me to hear about a community of TESOL professionals that get together here in Egypt. We have, I heard, over 1,600 members. None of them are active members. So if I get elected for the member-at-large position, I will be happy to get all those inactive members to be with us on the same table, where we can share experiences, get ready for the great challenges we have ahead of us, so we can prepare our students and serve our TESOL community in Egypt and stretch out outside Egypt as well to the international TESOL community. I would like to get your vote today. I'm honored to be sitting next to very qualified and experienced candidates like the ones who will be on the table. So please go ahead and make your best choice, and I'm sure you have the ability to do that. We are all passionate about English teaching, and I'm just so excited and happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Amaya. Thank you, all four of you. This is going to be difficult. As you see, we have four very well-qualified people. If I could ask you to step back, and we'll now have very short speeches from the two candidates for President-elect. Maryam Osman for President was the only unopposed candidate, so I'll ask you to confirm her. The two candidates for President-elect are Amira Salama and Yasmin Salahuddin. So if you'd like to take a seat over there. We'll go in alphabetical order by first name, so Amira goes first.
First, good afternoon. My name is Amira Salama. I'm very happy today to talk to you, and even I'm also honored actually to be nominated for this position. I'll just give you a brief idea about my education background. I graduated from Al-Azhar University, Faculty of English Language Literature and Spontaneous Interpretation. Then I got a scholarship to study TEFL at AUC, and then I traveled to Hawaii to earn my teaching certificate in materials development in 2010. I have also been involved with NileTESOL since my graduation, and I'm not telling you about my graduation year. But I started my involvement with NileTESOL as a member of the board, representing Al-Azhar schools and universities. Then I was honored enough to be nominated last year to co-chair the conference, and I'm running this year for this position, which I hope actually to win and earn your trust in helping and also supporting NileTESOL circle in Egypt. If elected, I will remain actually committed and dedicated to serve NileTESOL and also to reach out to teachers who are attending today, and also the teachers who are outside of this room, and I know many of them actually in remote areas of Egypt who really hope to attend such professional development events, or who hope to have really successful classrooms and successful classes, but they are not, I would say they don't have actually enough resources, enough support from the managers. Working with NileTESOL for over the last few years actually gave me a lot of experience in networking and organizational skills and communication skills, and getting actually closer to teachers in Egypt and knowing their needs. So through this position, I hope actually to best serve all of you and support you to become better English teachers and better TESOL professionals. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Amira. Yasmin?
Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for being here this afternoon. My name is Yasmin Salahuddin. I teach English in the Department of English Language Instruction, and the Department of Rhetoric and Composition here at AUC. I'm on loan from Cairo University, where I work as an assistant professor. I will not talk much about my education background because you might have already seen that in my statement. So I go ahead and talk about the fact that I believe that a lot has been accomplished in the area of English language teaching through NileTESOL, but I believe there is a lot that can be done. One thing that I'm hoping can happen or will happen is to enhance professional skills of all English language teachers, not only the motivated ones, but the ones who are not motivated, the ones who are uninterested. When I give teacher training, usually the ones I have are the motivated, the interested, but what about the others? What about people in remote areas who do not have the means to have proper training? I visited schools in Minya, Kafr al-Sheikh, in Port Said, in Qina, and I know there is a lot that can be accomplished through NileTESOL. The second thing is to see the gap between research and practice bridged in order to move toward best practice in teaching, and reflection is the key. We have to reflect on what we do and take it from there. Another thing is I'd like to see more parties involved in the process, not only high administration, but teachers, supervisors, inspectors, and most importantly, students themselves. Not only that, but to enhance interaction between these different parties. Last but not least, I believe that maintaining a positive teaching learning environment based on collaboration, respect, tolerance, and achievement is crucial, not only to the development of EFL teaching and learning, but in ensuring the best teaching and the best learning outcomes for our students, not only in English, but in all subject matter. Thank you very much.
I think NileTESOL is going to be in good hands, however you choose to vote. Thank you, Yasmin and Amira, thank you very much. Now I'm going to turn over the microphone to Hala Altoni, who is a member of the board. She's going to explain to you how the voting procedure will happen.
Hello everybody. I think that everyone, if you have a paper, a ballot paper, all you need to do is, whoever doesn't have a copy, I'll give you a copy in a minute. All you need to do is just tick in the box next to the candidate that you prefer, you choose, and the ushers are going to be collecting all the ballots from you. Okay? Please, only members, NileTESOL members should vote. Only NileTESOL members should vote. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hala. So I'll give you a moment, perhaps just a moment of silence, and then you can make your choices, those of you who are members. And in the meantime, you can be looking at our agenda. We went out of order so that we can have the candidates make their speeches. Just 1 second, I have to call up the file here. To have the committee, we have the constitutional amendment, which was sent out to all of the members. The basic idea of this constitutional amendment is that we are going to raise, or proposing to raise the number of board members from 14 to 17. And as the explanation explains the details, and the reason we're doing this is so that we can increase one more seat on the board allocated to the member at large, so that we have a total of 3 members at large. And the way our Constitution was written, it really didn't say whether the President was a member of the board, or the President-elect, or the past President. So if we amend our Constitution to allow for 17 board members, that includes everyone, the 3rd member at large, the President-elect, and the past President. Now the wording is up to, I'll call it up in a minute, up to 17. Sometimes it may happen that the president-elect will resign or a past president will not be there. But would be allowed to have up to 17 members. And again, those of you who are members have received this in the mail. Let me get this. It's very small. Article 1 would now read, if you approve, that the board of directors consists of up to 17 members, including the president, president-elect, and past president. And I explained the justification for this. Is there any discussion or any question about this? Okay, then I'll ask by a show of hands of members of NileTESOL if you approve of this proposed amendment. May I have your hands? Are there any opposed? The amendment has passed. Thank you very much. Okay. Next on our agenda are the committee reports. I'm going to ask Betsy Aragoni, to step up to speak about membership.
To weed out all of the duplicates. Most of the members are Egyptian, as you probably would guess, but we have 29 different nationalities represented in NileTESOL. We have members from every governorate in Egypt, and I think 31 countries on 6 continents. We have no members in Antarctica yet, but we keep growing, perhaps we will someday. And while most members self-identify as English language teachers, we have teachers from all levels, from beginning teachers to supervisors and administrators. We also have students too, teachers of subjects like math and science who teach in English. I want you to know that NileTESOL is open to all of these groups. If you're not a member, it's very easy to sign up. You go to www.niletesol.org, click on membership, and fill in the form and submit it. If you do not enter your email address correctly, though, you will not get notifications from NileTESOL. You'll still be considered a member, but you won't get communications from us. Yeah. And you won't get a notification to tell you because we won't have your correct email address. Why should you join NileTESOL? If you haven't already, you get notifications about grants offered by GRELO, by British Council, by Amadist. You get notifications of professional development events and information about NileTESOL in general. Another one is you get voting privileges. So whether you're voting for candidates for the board, for president of NileTESOL, etc., and for amendments. And what this conference is all about, community. Being a member of NileTESOL means you are a member of a creative, diverse, and vibrant community. So if you're not a member, I hope you'll join. And to all of you who are members, thank you very much. This organization wouldn't exist without all of you. Thanks.
Chair of the Program and Professional Development Committee. Amina?
General Assembly for O15. My name is Amira Arfan. I'm the head of the Professional Development Committee at NileTESOL. And for this short presentation, I was requested to give you kind of a report, a summary on O14 activities, PD Committee O14 activities, and a quite short review about our plans for the O14 and a quite short review about for our plans for the O15. Well, the PD Committee is mainly created to serve the English language teachers all over Egypt. For a reason, I believe you know about this reason, for a reason that most of the teachers that we have here at the conference that we get to serve are those who currently live in Cairo. And this is why most of our PD events were mainly serving English language teachers in Cairo. And speaking about O14, definitely it all started right after the last NileTESOL conference. We had our contribution in the conference, but I believe it was successful enough and it had to be followed with some PD events. Always we started with Cairo, and just maybe this is the right moment to mention about Walid Nuruddin. Mr. Walid was head of the committee right before myself, and Walid and myself, we had this kind of long discussion about maybe we cannot reach, so many English language teachers cannot reach to Cairo for our the conference and PD events, maybe we should try to reach them out. So we had our plans, I decided to reach out, and we had some PD events in Alexandria, Forsyth, and finally in Taunton. That was kind of an achievement for the last year, and by August, Walid had to leave the committee and had to leave Egypt for a professional commitment, so I came to be on board. And since August 2014, we started to work on the PD plan for the upcoming few months in 2014. And actually, that was the time where we were trying to help people applying for the NileTESOL conference 2015. If you remember, the deadline for submitting abstracts was October 15. So we started with a couple of events. The first one was at the British Council, Abuja, and maybe this would be a good opportunity to thank the British Council for hosting us. It was a quite successful one, and it aimed at orienting the attendees with the guidelines and best practices for submitting proposals, also orienting them with the